Thank you for watching the televised version of the radio show, The Gospel Music Review, with your host, Scotty Robinson. This week we're going to be hanging out with some good friends of ours, the Gideon Crew. They're on tour right now. Their God is Everything tour, featuring Sunny Day and God's Son. We're also going to sit down with David Michael. He's going to share his testimony with us. And we're just going to enjoy the music. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this is the pilot for the radio show, Gospel Music Review, with yours truly, Scotty Robinson. All right, enjoy.
Hi, I'm Kyla Heath with Did You Know? Did you know before Touched by an Angel, Della Reese directed choirs at Detroit's New Liberty Baptist Church? Did you know Detroit rapper David Michael almost missed his calling when he was faced with murder charges in 2006? Did you know Detroit gospel rap crew, the Gideon Crew, won Best New Recording at Detroit's Music Awards? See, I bet you thought Detroit was only known for their Motown sound, but it's their gospel sound as well. I'm Kyla Heat with Did You Know?
I got the G-O-E, I got the God over everything, 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 God over everything. I got the G-O-E, I got the God over everything, 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 God over everything. Yo, this is the Gideon Crew back in the building with your girl Sunny Day. Yo,
It wasn't
me. Then who was it then?
It wasn't me. Yeah.
Let's go.
It wasn't me.
Got me off them drugs,
It wasn't
pulled
me.
me out of the
It
club.
wasn't me. No, no, no.
Say it again.
It wasn't me.
Bad relationships,
It wasn't
save me when the car had
It
flipped.
wasn't me. No, no, no.
Jesus help me with my heavy load.
For the Lord, man, I'm about to spaz out and serve notice on the ones trying to bad mouth. Jehovah Jireh, my provider, got a stash house, and you can take it to the bank, get some cash out, make a withdrawal.
What's happening, everybody? This your boy Evie of the Gideon Crew. I'm here with my man Good Son, my boy Gregory Davis Jr., Miss Sunny Day, and my man Big J. We the Gideon Crew. We're promoting the God Over Everything tour. It's coming to a city near you.
What has this tour done for you personally?
Tonight, I wanted to give Trey's testimony. He had 200 seizures this past summer, and they thought that the doctors were going to have to remove half his brain, but God delivered and healed. And tonight here at the tour, Trey was up shouting, praising God, giving him glory. The Gideon's Crew's music blessed my son, and therefore it blesses me. God is a healer, and I'm thankful for their music.
It's the movement. Peace.
Words can't express the way I feel. I finally know your love for real. You've always been by my side. This love I can no longer hide. You always got my back. You protect me from every attack. When I didn't believe in myself, you said you was good as anyone. When I couldn't go on, you told me to be strong. That's why I'm so in love with you.
MG, God is over everything. I want to send a shout out to Sunny Day, girl. God is over everything. I really enjoyed this crew. They knew what to do. God is over everything. It makes you want to move. It makes you want to groove. Well, groove to the gospel sounds, stating that God is over everything. Shout out to your crew. Good job. Real good job.
Hi, I'm Kyla Heat with Did You Know? Did you know before Touched by an Angel, Della Reese directed choirs at Detroit's New Liberty Baptist Church? Did you know Detroit rapper David Michael almost missed his calling when he was faced with murder charges in 2006? Did you know Detroit gospel rap crew, the Gideon Crew, won Best New Recording at Detroit's Music Awards? See, I bet you thought Detroit was only known for their Motown sound, but it's their gospel sound as well. I'm Kyla Heat with Did You Know?
My name is David Michael, and I'm from Detroit, Michigan. You know, I really grew up in a broken home. Was in Madison Heights till I was about 11 years old. I'm really just searching and trying to find my way through life. I really was a big troublemaker. I got into a lot of trouble even at a young age. I think first time I even visited juvie, I was probably 11, 12 years old. Slowly but surely, I just really headed down the wrong path. I was back in juvie at age 13, stayed in there till about 15. Really just was living this broken life. I was, breaking into houses. I was stealing, robbing people, stealing guns, selling, small-time drugs and, like marijuana, things of that nature. Pretty much at that age, and, fighting, all kind of things. And I remember at one point I was literally trying to get locked up. My dad was never there to really give me that affirmation as a man, so I began seeking that attention from other things. And plus I liked to just get into trouble. Like, it was fun and exciting. Back in 2006, I was literally incarcerated for attempted murder. Now, at that time, my lifestyle really consisted of almost probably 90% crime. I had my hands on a lot of stuff by that time because I had really been institutionalized. And even my thinking process was institutionalized. I felt like I was never going to shake the system. I really didn't think I could be rehabilitated. I had a brother sell me a fake Rolex, and I was into some people some money. We were doing some transactions and things of that nature with drugs. So at that point, I took the Rolex from one of my friends for collateral. And it was almost like a sign of, hey, money's coming back. Turns out it was a fake Rolex. The guy who sold me the watch was getting belligerent, yelling. And meanwhile, this is my mama's house, and I'm like, you're gonna shut up. You're gonna really tone it down. And it got to the point where it was so bad, I literally was like, that's it. And all this rage and hate rose up in me. I really kind of just drug him out the house with my friend. And at that point, it got kind of really hazy because there was a blackout situation. We just got into a scuffle outside, and I ended up just stabbing him and kind of really just gutting him in the front yard, which was just horrible. And we ended up kind of stomping him out after that. And it was really just a bad situation. So really that's what landed me in jail. And I'm just sitting there in this jail cell. And I remember thinking, David, you did it this time. There's no coming back from this. My sentence guidelines were 5 to 25 years. So really I was, again, left broken, hopeless. And this time it was in a cell, and probably for good. And I remember sitting there, in a 9x5 cell. It was 23-hour lockdown. It was max security. I remember just sitting there, and I got a hold of a Bible, and I was just sitting in the corner on the floor. I'm just reading, and I'm like, God, if you exist, if, this is real, if, any type of information of church or religion or Jesus or anything I had at that point was very, very small. So I began to crying out for truth because I didn't know what reality was anymore. My reality landed me in a jail cell. Really, I started crying out. I really started praying and reading the Bible, and was like, God, I need truth. I believe that you can tell me something. I think at some point I just was screaming at the top of my lungs and just yelling God, I need you. Could you please help me? Not help me get out the jail cell. Just teach me the truth. Just tell me something. so I really got real with myself. I understood that I was a sinful person. I mean, everything I had done was sin. I mean, it was like, that's all I knew. And it was so relieving. It was like this breeze of cool air that fell on me. Like, I don't have to live like this anymore. You mean that this is a lifestyle, that I can change this, that, you know, God can take this from me through practical application? And really, that's what it did for me. So I really just dedicated my life to the Lord right then and there. I hadn't talked to my lawyer in months, hadn't talked to my family. Next day, they called me for court, which was a turn of events. That was one of the first turn of events. And I went to court, and there's my lawyer, and I think my mom and my brother, and they were like, I think my brother and my mom were like crying, and she handed me a plea bargain for this attempted murder charge. They ended up pleading it way down to like a felonious assault with a deadly weapon, which had a different max as far as time and that sort of thing. I was on the street in under a year. After, you know, a 5 to 25 year sentence, and it was completely shattered. And my heart was like just overwhelmed. I couldn't imagine how God could forgive me and say, you know, you're worth more than this, you know, and I created you to be more than this. And it rocked my whole world. I couldn't fathom, you know, and I got into church and got planted somewhere and got discipled and, you know, went all the way in. I was like, man, I am all the way in for Jesus. That's all that matters now. I'm like, God, if you just tell me, you know, what you want me to do, I'll do it.
I just got through watching the video of David Michaels, who's sitting here in the living room with me and Scotty, and he really had a powerful testimony. You know, God is a God of second chances, and this young man, he really has been given a second chance. I was very impressed with his testimony.
What's up? This is David Michael. You're on the Gospel Music Review channel. Check me out. David Michael 313. That's mine. Peace.
Well, it looks like that's about all the time we have. Thanks again for tuning in with us this week. I hope you enjoyed our pilot version of the radio show, Gospel Music Review, with yours truly, Scotty Robinson. I want to say thank you to my mother who hung out with me during the filming of this pilot, and everybody else who helped, okay? Detroit Future Media, sending a shout out to you guys, the instructors, and all my classmates. Thank you so much for tuning in to the pilot of the Gospel Music Review with Scotty Robinson and company.